9 Life Lessons to Rewire Your Mind Every Morning. The Stoic Path to Self-Love, Stoicism. Every morning, before the noise of the world reaches you, there is a small window of power. A quiet space where your mind is most impressionable, most honest, and most capable of change. The Stoics believed this moment was sacred, not because life would be easy, but because the mind could be trained to meet life with strength. Most people wake up and immediately react. They reach for their phone, their worries, their past mistakes, or their fears about the future. But Stoicism teaches a different path. A path where the morning becomes a reset, a daily return to reason, discipline, and self-respect. Self-love, in the Stoic sense, is not indulgence or ego. It is the courage to live well, to govern your thoughts instead of being ruled by them, to build inner peace that does not depend on praise, comfort, or circumstances. What you repeatedly tell yourself in the morning becomes the foundation of your identity. These ideas are meant to be returned to daily, slowly, calmly, honestly. Let them reshape how you see yourself and the world. 1. Begin the day by claiming what is in your control every morning. Remind yourself of this single truth: some things are up to you, and some things are not. This distinction is the backbone of Stoic peace. Your thoughts, your choices, and your actions belong to you. Everything else is borrowed. When you forget this, anxiety grows. When you remember it, clarity returns. You cannot control how others behave, how quickly success comes, or how the day unfolds. But you can control how you respond. You can choose patience over panic, discipline over distraction, integrity over impulse. This choice, repeated daily, rewires the mind toward calm authority. Self-love begins when you stop punishing yourself for what was never yours to command. Each morning, release the illusion of total control and replace it with focused intention. Ask yourself what kind of person you will be today, regardless of outcomes. This is where strength is built. 2. Detach from outcomes without detaching from effort. The Stoics taught that peace comes from effort without attachment. You show up fully, but you do not chain your happiness to results. Every morning, remind yourself that success is not guaranteed, but character is always available. When you cling too tightly to outcomes, fear enters. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of loss. Detachment breaks this cycle. It allows you to act with courage instead of desperation. You still care, you still try, but you are no longer controlled by expectation. This mindset creates emotional freedom. You stop bargaining with life and start meeting it honestly. Over time, this rewires your mind to value process over applause. And in that shift, confidence becomes quiet, steady, and unshakable. 3. Practice discipline as an act of self-respect. Discipline is often misunderstood as restriction. Stoicism reframes it as devotion to your future self. Every morning is an opportunity to practice this devotion, not through extremes, but through consistency. When you choose discipline, you choose alignment. You do what strengthens you instead of what weakens you. You wake up with intention. You move with purpose. You speak to yourself with firmness and respect. This is not punishment, it is care. Over time, discipline builds trust within yourself. You stop doubting your ability to follow through. Confidence grows naturally when your actions match your values. This is Stoic self-love in its purest form. Becoming someone you can rely on for. Accept yourself fully while refusing to stay the same. Stoicism teaches radical honesty. You look at yourself clearly, without cruelty and without excuses. Every morning, meet yourself as you are, not as you wish you were, and not as you fear you might be. Acceptance is not stagnation, it is the foundation of growth. When you stop fighting reality, you gain the energy to improve it. Self-hate drains strength. Understanding restores it. By accepting your flaws without defending them, you gain control over them. This balance rewires the mind from shame to responsibility. You stop wasting energy on regret and start investing it in progress. 5. Free yourself from the need for validation. One of the most powerful Stoic practices is internal approval. Every morning, remind yourself that your worth does not depend on recognition. Praise fades. Opinions change. Only character remains. When you seek validation, you surrender control of your peace. When you stop, you reclaim it. You begin to act based on principle instead of popularity. This shift is subtle, but transformative. Over time, you stop performing and start living. Your confidence becomes self-generated. And paradoxically, when approval is no longer needed, respect often follows naturally. 6. Treat hardship as mental training. The Stoics viewed adversity as preparation. Not as cruelty, but as refinement. Each morning, anticipate difficulty without resentment. Say to yourself, whatever comes today is training me. This perspective changes everything. Obstacles stop feeling personal. Frustration becomes information. Pain becomes instruction. You no longer ask why life is hard. You ask how you can rise. With repetition, resilience becomes automatic. The mind learns that it can endure, adapt, and overcome. This rewiring turns hardship into strength and fear into readiness. 7. Align your actions with reason and nature. Stoicism teaches harmony with reality. Each morning, slow down enough to think clearly. Observe before reacting. Choose reason over impulse. When your actions align with wisdom and restraint, inner conflict fades. You stop chasing distractions and start building depth. This alignment creates calm confidence. Living in harmony does not mean passivity. It means precision. You act when action is required and rest when rest is wise. Over time, this balance rewires your mind toward stability and peace. 8. Remember the value of time. The Stoics reflected daily on the brevity of life, not to frighten themselves, but to focus. Each morning is a reminder that time is limited and precious. This awareness sharpens priorities. You waste less energy on resentment. You delay less. You speak honestly. You live deliberately. When time is respected, life becomes richer. Gratitude grows naturally. Presence deepens. This mindset rewires the mind toward meaning instead of urgency. 9. Choose character over comfort. At the heart of Stoicism is character. Each morning, ask yourself who you choose to be when comfort tempts you to compromise. Comfort fades. Character remains. When you act with courage, justice, and self-control, you build a self you can trust. And trust in yourself is the foundation of peace. This is the Stoic path to self-love. Not feeling good, but living well. Not escaping difficulty, but meeting it with strength. If this video helped you center your mind and strengthen your inner world, subscribe to the channel. Here, we share Stoic wisdom to help you master your mornings, discipline your mind, and build lasting self-respect. Subscribe now, and continue walking the Stoic path, one day at a time.